Howdy there, fellas. Frankie Day back again on YouTube. Here's another build of my past, a collection I had for many, many years. This is a 1/32 scale Hasegawa F6F-3 Grumman Hellcat. This kit, I bought this kit when it first was released back in the fall of 1970. The price of the model back then was $6. And from what I can remember building this kit, it's a very excellent kit. It was the kit of the month on Scale Modeler magazine publications of 1970 of December 1970. This model's won a lot of awards. It was one of the. This kit was the first 1/32 scale of the line of Hasegawa, and others followed after that. And as a kit to itself, it's easy to build. To the best of my knowledge, there's no photo etch parts to this kit. There probably is nowadays, but back then, photo etch was just a distant dream from the future. Now, unheard of. Pardon me, guys. Anyway, a novice should have no problem building this kit. The filler in this, using filler putty on this model is very minimal. You don't need that much. Actually, you know, if you had no filler, all you got to do is make sure that the seams are pretty well glued together, and use wet and dry sandpaper and plenty of water. You can sand that seam down. Okay, we're going to zoom in and take a look at it. That pilot figure right there, he's about 43, 44 years old right now. That figure is it's made from white lead. It's from Valiant. They make figurines. And 1/32 scale. He's a pilot right there. That's ready to man his Hellcat. On this Hellcat right here, I think it's a land-based Hellcat. It has no aircraft carrier group markings on it at all. He's got his victory marks on the port and starboard side of the fuselage, how many Japanese he shot down. This model is very old. It was sitting in my wife's carrier for many years on end. And the engine's highly detailed. I think there's 120 parts of that engine right there. Highly detailed. Prop pulls off, the cowling comes off, and reveals that the Pratt & Whitney radical 2800 horsepower engine that they had at the time. The auxiliary fuel tank is the kit itself. It came with 7 parts on that. On the tires were optional. The kit came with rubber tires, treaded, and plastic tires. So I elected to go ahead and use the plastic tires because it's just for carrier shipboard operation only. And the wing walks are made out of 320 wet and dry sandpaper. The gun bay is open to reveal the 50 caliber machine guns. The 50 caliber machine guns. The F6F Hellcat had 6 50 caliber machine guns. It is powered by a Pratt & Whitney air-cooled engine, rendering 2800 horsepower. And the flaps are in a landing, posing in a landing mode. And they're optional. It can be up or down. There's no wing fold mechanism in this kit at all, guys. It's just all one wing. I believe the wing comes in, let's see, I believe in 4 sections. The weathering is done by using, by airbrushing shades of white and light gray. The aircraft was painted a non-specular sea blue on top, intermediate blue on the sides, and white at the bottom. Well, these aircraft are subject to weather conditions such as being in the sea, in the ocean, or even tropical islands. You get a lot of salt water spray, and you get a lot of salt water residue plus the hot sun. It fades out the paint. The blues were very good colors during the World War II the Navy used. on other aircraft, even their flight decks. But they weathered awful fast because of the hot tropical sun and the immersion of salt water. So eventually, end of the war, they became they started to change it to the really dark sea blue color. Got away from that non-specular sea blue. So this airplane's pretty well toned down using a mixture of light grays and whites, all feathered in right there to represent the weathering of the airplane itself. It's a real nice kit. I haven't seen this model on model shelves for many, many years. I'm not too certain they make it anymore. If they do, it's probably a high-dollar kit by now. So I paid about $6 for it. I do remember that quite well. So if this model is still in production, I imagine you're looking at an $80 model right now. I showed you how much the American dollar has decreased throughout the years. And it's a good kit, guys. I highly recommend it. If anybody's got one of these in their stash, you'll highly agree with me that it's a beautiful model. And it goes together very well and quite easily. Now, there's Handsome George right there. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, it looks good, buddy. Yeah, we appreciate it. I don't know about that guy. He's something else. Anyway, folks, this is another update of builds of my past I'm bringing in, featuring my Hasegawa 1/32 scale F6F-3 Hellcat. It's a beautiful airplane. The Hellcat was always my favorite. The Hellcat was the successor to the Wiley Wildcat, the F4F. The F4F Wildcat in early years had a lot of problems with it because the Japanese pilots were pretty well seasoned at the event of Pearl Harbor, and we got into the war with the Japanese. We had a lot of problems with Wildcat because they had stalling problems. The Japanese Zero would lure the Wildcat into an inside circle, and as the Wildcat got up to about 11 o'clock in the inside circle, it would stall, and the Japanese pilot would finish him off. So Hellcat superseded that. Well, fellas, that's about it for my update builds of the past. I'll post another tomorrow, so I gave you a little double whammy for today. And thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next YouTube presentation. Back to my Bolo build. I got to finish that up. Bye, fellas. Take care, boys.